reveal the 2022 rookie draft lottery order in the association. Take it away, Killer.
Yeah, I know what time it is. Let's quickly review the final regular season records. As everyone knows, the teams that don't make the playoffs, it's reverse seeding based off of how well they did. So, for instance, the Gotham Danes had the best regular season record. Therefore, they will be picking at 16, all the way down to Solid State, which was the eighth worst team. They'll be picking number 9. And so here's a look at what that order looks like. And one thing I'd like to highlight is, again, we had 5 new teams make the playoffs year over year from last season. And it just shows you the type of variability that we have, each and every year in the association. And the last year was a fight, man. I was, one category away from jumping into the 8th spot and, packing my bags against your team probably in the first round. So it might have been a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, man, this is fun to see. Fun to see the variability from year to year, and let you know that if you bring it when it comes to the free agency draft and the rookie draft, and stay engaged, that you can turn your franchise's performance and output just like that.
Yeah. And so let's take a look at what the odds are for the lottery teams, right? So these are the teams that will have ping pongs for this year's draft. We follow a similar approach to the NBA where we don't award tanking, right? And so it's relatively flat at the top. The worst 3 teams have the same odds. And then the next couple of teams, are not too far off. But then when you get, to the 7th and 8th, teams, it's pretty much a crap shot.
Yeah, and let me say this too, man. Bim Town Celtics, I like what y'all have done, but when it comes to y'all marketing team, seems to same thing with y'all Bean Town Bombers. Y'all looking good. Listen, this. Phoenix, y'all are well represented. I see what you're doing there. This, S and this red jersey and this gray jersey, like these teams, this is piss poor. Like, come on, y'all. We can do better than this. Get y'all marketing team up. Get you a logo. Get yourself represented, man. This is not up to our standard, man. This is very lackluster. Just come on, man. This is how y'all want to be represented. Come on now, like this
is why you got fans not coming to your games, right? This is why you're in this spot.
No sponsorships. You're not gonna get any sponsorships with that. Come on now, like this is.
And it's probably going to be bad vibes, right? For your odds of probably, getting that number 1 pick that everybody wants to get, right?
Well, have some pride, guys. Have some pride.
All right. Well, without further ado, let's start to reveal the order for these lottery teams.
Let's do it.
At number 8, we've got the Brooklyn Phoenix.
Hey, and you traded your pick, huh, to the Sparrows, in that Kawhi Leonard deal that you did early in the season.
Yeah, man, immediate regret, man. I really love Kawhi Leonard, but I do like Anthony Davis a whole lot. And it just hurt me that I couldn't wait out a season to get him back. But I mean, it is what it is, right?
Oh, yep. Sparrows will be picking at 8.
And the number 7 pick, we've got Boston Bombers. The number 6 pick, we have the Frankfurt 17ers.
Oh, so another trade that winds up with the Sparrows collecting on someone else's pick. So picking at 6 and at 8 now.
The number 5th pick, we've got the Midtown Money Man. And so far, I mean, no surprises. Nobody has been able to take that leap or that jump into the top 3 spot. The number 4 pick.
Ooh,
it's the Kings Landing Kings.
So Kings Landing falls out of that top 3.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So that means someone jumping up. And I guess I see who it's going to be.
The number 3 pick, you've got Chennai Steve Blake Express.
The Steve Blake Express in the top 3. Last year, let's remember that they had the number 1 draft pick and could have ended up with Cade Cunningham, but instead...
Wait, Cade Cunningham? You trust that franchise to draft Cade Cunningham? I could easily see that franchise drafting Herbert Jones just off a couple of preseason or summer league games. You kidding me?
Well, I'm going to assume that they would have picked Cade, but maybe not. I don't know. I guess as we said in the last pod, we're not quite sure of who's making the decisions of this franchise, but Steve Blake Express with the number 3 pick and the number 15 pick in the draft.
Yeah, way to shout that out. And the number 2 pick, we've got Bim Town Celtics.
Ooh, the reigning champions from 2020 finished the season as
it's the worst.
The worst team.
The worst team. The worst team.
But now coming away with that 2 pick. So wow, they get to add on to their collection of superstars in Luka, Booker, Zion, and who else they got? They got somebody else over there, I think. Right? I don't know, but they're gonna add somebody this year for sure, right?
Yeah. And that means the number 1 pick for the 2022-23 rookie draft is the Syracuse Sparrows.
Ooh, so the Sparrows, but wait.
Wait.
Wait a minute. They actually don't own that pick anymore. So this is the pick that they traded to Rucker Park.
Mm-hmm.
And then Rucker Park in the late season deal with the 17ers to get OG and DeAndre Ayton. Now the Frankfurt ends up with the number 1 pick as well as this number 6 pick. Wow. So Frankfurt, again, adding more treasure to their collection. Last year they came away with Franz Wagner. The year before they came away with Anthony Edwards. Or was that the same draft?
No, separate. That's a different draft.
Yes, you're right. Sorry, I'm bugging. So wow. I mean, they've got a lot of young talent on that team, and now looks like they're gonna add a couple more pieces. That's interesting. So let's look to see if they actually hold on to these picks, because I mean there's only so many roster spots, and they've already got a lot of young talent on that team. When you talk about Lonzo Ball, De'Aaron Fox, I mean
Tyler Hero.
Oh no, we got Tyler Hero now.
Oh, you got Tyler Hero. Okay. Nurks. Nurk.
Yeah, Nurkic. Yeah, they picked up
Um,
Nurkic late season. As I already mentioned, Anthony Edwards, Franz Wagner. Uh, Geez, who else? Who else they have?
well, they might have Chet Holmgren.
Well,
Holgman.
yeah, we'll see if that's the pick.
If that's the guy, right? Like you got some people which are extremely high, and you've got others which are like, nah, it's probably going to be a bust. Um, so it's going
Yeah,
to be
man.
interesting, man. It's going to be
So
interesting.
let me ask you. You had the eighth pick, and well, and you would have had the eighth pick this year. Are you disappointed to not have any pick in this coming draft?
I'm not. Um, Pretty much because I think the rookie market has got to crash at some point. I feel like it's been hot the last 2 years, especially last year. Um, and I just think that the talent is probably gonna slow down this year because usually when you have like a very hot year, it's usually followed by like subpar, kind of just role player type of draft of players. Like think like Anthony Bennett type of draft, or what's another good one that comes to mind? Like I just think it's gonna take some time before we can say who's gonna be the next all-star, for instance, in this draft. Like these guys are gonna need some more time, is my opinion, or my early take, right? Of
Yeah.
course, you know, I'm here to overreact once summer league and preseason starts, but early signs kind of point to, I just don't really know about these guys.
So what's your do you have a top three right now that you think?
Um, what's the guy off of Duke's name?
Oh, Paulo.
Paulo's my number one right now. Um, and then damn, what's the other guy? Is that the kid from Auburn?
Jabari Smith.
Jabari Smith is my number two, and then I take Holgram
Number
at
three.
three. Um, but I mean, maybe I go consensus and probably take Holgram at number one just because of the upside, right? And he does a lot of good things in fantasy, right?
What
Like
what do you think Orlando is gonna do? Who has the first pick in the
Orlando, they're man, I don't know. Orlando's That's just a tough spot. Everybody's saying Jabari Smith.
mm,
Um, maybe I. It's just so tough.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Agreed. This is gonna be an interesting one for sure.
what do you think? What do you think? And who are your top three rookies? Who's a guy that
Um
you're targeting at, say, the end of the draft? Actually don't reveal those names, man, because we got eavesdroppers and we got people hunting for information. So don't reveal
don't
who
worry,
your
I
late targets are.
don't worry, I don't know more than five names in this draft anyway, so I wouldn't be able to answer that question for you. Um, but as far as the top three, I don't know. I like what I like. I don't. I'm not. I haven't seen enough of Paulo to really get excited about him. What I have seen of him, I'm not super excited about. But um, turns out I mean, sounds like he's a elite scorer supposedly. Um, I haven't seen that yet, but I don't watch a lot of games, college games anyway. So, but from the games I've seen, I didn't see like number one pick from that guy.
Mhm.
I hadn't seen Jabari Smith at all, but from what I hear about him, he sounds to me the most on paper the guy I'm like, oh yeah, like he sounds like a number one pick guy. And then Chet, I've seen Chet play a couple of times. I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about that guy. He's interesting, and that's the most I can say about him.
Looks like Poku to me. Yeah, and that's no slam to Poku, but you just don't want to take Poku at number one, is all I'm saying.
I like Poku. I didn't.
Oh, we know.
I like Pokemon. He's interesting to me. And Chet is interesting, but I don't know if he get. I think if he gets stronger, I think he has something there. I don't know how his body holds up, but I mean, he seems to be, you know, okay right now. Like I mean, I haven't heard anything like as far as an injury scare with him yet. Um, so yeah, I would probably say is the most. He's probably the most intriguing guy out of the three. And so I wouldn't be surprised if Orlando went with him at number one.
All right. Well, we still got tons of time, and we don't know, where these players are going to. We should find out in another week or so. And so, we'll probably revisit some analysis after seeing some of these guys, playing some summer league games, and try to, talk, some of our thoughts, not all of our thoughts, because we can't be giving out, this intelligence, just everything for free, right? Like we want folks to work and get their scouting team, up to speed and, well equipped to be able to do some things without us.
So a few quick announcements, maybe. First, we want to talk to you guys on this podcast. We want to send out some invites and hear your thoughts, hear about your season, hear about what you're looking forward to in the next season, and just kind of talk some shop a little bit. And then as far as other content we got coming throughout the summer, we're gonna do something on the proposals for league changes, things that we want to add into the rule book, things that we want to, we might want to amend or revisit. So we've got a few proposals on the table that we want to discuss, and we're gonna do it right here on the pod for you.
Yeah. Well, if we don't have anything else, we want to thank everybody for tuning in. It feels great to be back, getting into the swing of things. Hope folks are enjoying the last bit of the NBA playoffs, right? We've got, matter of fact, before we close out, what are your thoughts on who's going to bring home the championship between Golden State and the Celtics? Okay. Yeah, that's the same thing I've been thinking as well, Professor Dell. Yeah, just don't know. But Curry he's just playing at another level. I've just seen some things from him that I haven't seen, in any of his finals appearances, and he just looks like a guy possessed. I was originally leaning towards the Celtics winning in 6, but man, I just saw something very different in Game 4, and I'm leaning towards the Warriors closing them out in either 6 or 7 games.
I don't know. Oh, sorry, my bad. I had some technical difficulties. My battery died, so seems like. But I'm back now. So
it's all good, man. I was asking you your finals picks, and I'm like, wait a minute, he's looking frozen over there. But then I just used that as a moment to say, yeah, that's kind of how close the series is. You just don't know
Yeah,
how to respond. I was originally leaning Celtics in 6, but just after watching Curry in game 4, I just think he's at a different place.
so yeah, Warriors was my pick. Um, Even though I just think it's so close, I think it could go either way. I do. There's something that does make me feel like the better team will not win, and I do think the Celtics appear to be the better team.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I think Golden State with their experience and with if Curry can maintain his current level of performance, I think they have enough that they should be able to win in at least a game 7.
Yeah,
I
man.
believe it'll go to 7. I think Curry will uh will take him over the hill. Maybe you get maybe you get one of those legendary clay games in game 6 or 7, and that does it for them. But otherwise, I think it's so close, man. I think it could go either way. I wouldn't be surprised if the Celtics won, but I do believe the Warriors will pull it out.
Yeah. And so you
Yeah,
heard it here, right?
yeah.
The Warriors, they're gonna Steph Curry is finally gonna get that MVP trophy and
Yeah,
show
man.
the world.
If they win, so let me ask you this: speaking of that MVP trophy, if the Celtics do win, I mean, who's getting that trophy? I mean, I think Jalen Brown has
Yeah, Jalen.
outperformed Tatum so far, right?
Yeah, I agree. You know, Jalen Brown is number one, but he's not, so far ahead of Tatum, right? And there's
Yeah,
still like anywhere from 2 to 3 games left. And so, all it takes is for Tatum to have like a 40-point game, and that's
yeah.
all people will
If
remember.
he could still turn it around. If he has like some of those games he's had in the playoffs, um, up to this point, he'll he can. Nobody will argue with Tatum getting it.
Yeah. It's just been crazy.
Cool. Well, I mean, great stuff tonight. Congrats to the winners of the lottery. Frankfurt 17ers. Get your
Okay.
scout team ready. You got a couple of picks in the top 6. That should be exciting. And they they've been doing a good job these last couple of years getting picks and kind of hitting gold.
Yeah, I mean, you just wonder when it's all gonna click, right? Like,
Yeah,
you don't want to get into this period where you're collecting assets, and you just don't have that 1 or 2 players that you need to get you across the finish line. And that was
yeah,
something that I thought Amherst Speedsters finally got right. Right. Like, he kind of went the approach of collecting guys. Then he, went to a superstar package, but that superstar package fell apart, right, some years ago. And then he went right back into, right, collecting assets and attractable players. And, now is able to get 2 big stars, right, in Jokic and Giannis, and, at some of the best rates or prices you'll ever see in the association. And so now he's like got a 1-2 punch
yeah.
that
Two of the best contracts in the league right now. Um, and to your point on the collecting assets, I mean, I do think that that's where Frankfurt is right now. Is that if there's a such thing as having too many assets, it might be you might see that with Frankfurt because even this past season, you know, it it just just seemed like they were kind of at a crossroads, like with some of those players, and that's I'm sure that's what led to the trade of OG and Aiton. But yeah, I think you still have they probably have some more moves to make before they really feel like they've settled on their lineup and know what their team is going forward. So I'm looking forward to see what they do.
And same here, man. It's going to be a fun off season. Get ready because the trade market is open. I got a couple of players on the market. Hit me up on that Discord. I'm ready to make deals happen. You know me.
Yeah, man. Same here. I'd like to do like a big trading my chips kind of deal, and just give me a player or two I can run with. So yeah, man, we'll be here all summer. Shout at us.
All right, logging out.
Peace.
Peace.